it's all about how he performs and how he plays. So we're going to be confident in what he's doing. He's prepared well.
Them boys is out there.
He's done a good job with him. I think we got a good plan. So just got to perform. Thanks, Coach. All right, thank you. Plenty of change around this Alabama program coming into this season. Nick Saban mentioned his new offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, and a new starter at quarterback. That was the talk throughout the entire offseason and leading up to this game tonight. And with that, we welcome you, Tom Hart, alongside Jordan Rogers. You've seen Cole down on the field. There's a reason everyone was curious about the Alabama quarterback. They're replacing a Heisman Trophy winner, and they're trying to do it with some guys without much experience.
Yeah, the last four are all starters in the NFL, so there's big shoes to fill. But I think the biggest reason this was the most anticipated quarterback competition in the country is this team is built to compete for a national championship.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, before we get into this Alabama game, while these guys are still talking, I'm gonna let y'all just watch it while it's on the screen, but I gotta mute up, man. My affiliate, one of the insiders, man, big homie Pat from Real Life Sports Nation just called in. I know he about to give me some hell about that goddamn Colorado game, man. It's all good. It's all good. But just know, Deion could talk that shit today, but I hope he stand on it tomorrow, boy. You live? Go ahead. I hear you, brother. I think we hear you.
It's your boy, big homie Pack. I'm coming live from the Real Life Sports Nation. Don't forget to tap in. You know I'm live on my boy Chocolate Jesus TV, and we got to talk about the and we got to talk about the Colorado game.
Got to, man. Hurt my feelings, man. But you want me to go ahead and kick this off, man?
Yeah, go ahead and kick it off, Mr. I don't believe.
Hey, man. I definitely looked like a liar today. I'm mad at you, Deion. I love you, boy, but I'm mad at you. You wasn't supposed to have that thing going like that off the rip. I ain't gonna lie. TCU didn't look as good as TCU should have looked, but I ain't gonna put it on that today. We ain't gonna do that because they shocked the world. It was 96%. People thought that they was gonna lose. I was one of them. I lost my money at Vegas this weekend. Y'all got me. But let me go ahead and just say this, man. Deion put on a show. All the Sanderses and even the honorary Sanders, Lil Hunter, put on a show in front of 53,000 people in that stadium, man. In Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. You feel me? Like, that's crazy. Lil Sanders went 38 of 47 for 510 yards, 4 touchdowns. Now, I ain't gonna give him no Heisman, you know what I'm saying, hopeful candidate just yet, but he did more than anybody else. He did more than anybody else I see this week so far. We got some night games going, but them guys ain't playing nobody ranked. You know what I'm saying? Because this was, you know, even an unranked matchup, but they did it versus the ranked team. You know what I'm saying? So, that was crazy, man. Like I said, bunch of 100-yard receivers, 3 of them. A running back got 100 yards receiving. Running back, 3 touchdowns. Some more, I think he ran for 1, and he caught 3 others. Like, he was going crazy. Yeah, man. One thing I say, too, about the defense, man, we ain't going to do too much on them because, you know, it's the first game. You know, defense take a couple games to get in season form, but let me let y'all watch this Bama game while it's up. But I do want y'all to see this screen right here, man. We got my brother, let me see how to point. Yeah. We got my brother right here, man. You feel me? Flexed up, good bread. He's the affiliate CEO, big BO of RLSN, which is Real Life Sports Nation, man. We bringing y'all sports every day in real life to y'all life. You feel me? Right now, you live with Chocolate Jesus, man. Chocolate Jesus TV. It's young have-nots, you feel me? We used to be have-nots, but now we having-nots. You know how this shit go, man. But I just wanted y'all to see this screen before I let y'all get back to watching that game, man. I want y'all to watch this game. This Alabama versus Middle Tennessee. Even though it's nothing, I want y'all to see that game. But I just gonna have it on mute, man, while we sitting here tapping in, while we talking and shit. There we go. That's the screen I wanted right there. Yep, we on the phone, big homie Pack, Real Life Sports Nation, so y'all can see that and y'all can still see the game, man. But I'm gonna go ahead, let him kick it off, man. What you wanna say, man? They made me look like a liar, dog. You believed, I didn't believe. My bad.
I gotta start with, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're gonna kick this thing off at. That's where we're gonna kick this thing off at.
Okay.
I've heard a couple people tell me they don't like the way Deion responded at the press conference. But man, the way I feel, he wasn't lying. Nobody believed. They were 20-point underdogs on the road. You know that they are 0-27 on the road against top 20 teams since 2002? So, I mean, you gotta take your hats off. You gotta give him respect. My only thing is, Deion, I love you. But you're gonna have to keep that same energy when you lose these games too now. I call it how I see it. I call it I keep it 100. But there's a couple things I want to highlight. Like you said, man, Shador went off 37 for 46 for 510, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. It's going to be important they take care of the ball. And like you said, they had 4 100-yard receivers today. Well, 3 receivers, 1 running back. And they had 2 100-yard receivers all of last year. So,
Well,
in the offense, I think that TCU, they're coming off of losing in the national championship. They are retooling, but I think a lot of their loss was on coaching, lack of adjustment. I understand you want to get your quarterback going. Chandler Morris was 23 for 40, 272, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a QBR of 80.5.
It's all right.
To run the ball. I understand you want to get your guy going, you want to get him in a rhythm, but you gotta play. You gotta do what the game's allowing you to do, and Colorado cannot stop them running the ball. Period.
At all.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me how they went away from the run and were dominating in the run.
Yeah. That's a sign of bad coaching. That's a sign of bad coaching. So, I mean, if you gonna leave it right there, man, I'm gonna pick right up right there, man, and get on TCU, bro. Because, like I said, man, TCU just opened up their season in a horrible way. That's a bad way to open a season. A season where, I understand you lost your quarterback, Max Duggan. He plays for the Chargers now. But the thing about it was, this guy that you have, Chandler Morris, he was the starter in week 1 last year before Max Duggan. Chandler Morris got hurt in week 1, and we haven't seen him until today, the very next week 1, because the other guy's out of the way. I'm pretty sure he healed up at some point during the season. It's just, how can you take Max Duggan's job when he's on a roll and he has you guys undefeated headed to a national championship? So, honestly, he's probably the better guy. You were probably the recruit. You were probably the highly touted recruit. The brand new coach came in, didn't like the senior guy, and he was like, man, this is my guy. I told his mama he was going to start, so he's going to have to start. Now, what I'll say is, that was just, I'm not even going to put this on any players. I'll finish on, like I said, Max Duggan. They lost the receiver, but they brought back that entire defense, man, and they weren't doing too hot, man. It was just too many windows open. Just real, how would I say, not risky, but just too conservative. That's all it was. It was too conservative for them to be able to just play the way they did on defense and on offense. Like, their defense couldn't get to your quarterback at all. Like, they ended the game with 0 sacks. They ended it with 2 interceptions. So that just means your quarterback wasn't doing the right read. He wasn't making his reads and choosing the right read. And it also means that he was throwing sloppy balls. I mean, you had time. So it is what it is with the quarterback, man. They had a really good rushing day. They need to run the ball. Simple as that. When your quarterback is doing all that, like Big Homie said, I understand you want to get your guy in a rhythm, but it's week 1. We can iron the kinks out with a couple easier opponents. We can't let Deion and those guys coming in with all that 5-star recruit and talent and slept on potential come in here and get a W, you know what I'm saying, week 1. So, you know, the worst deep ball I've ever seen from a quarterback. Savion Williams, the receiver, supposed to be Quentin Williams 2.0. I'm not going to classify him as a bum yet, but I'm going to say he was a bust, and you guys just took him like you read the book by its cover. Imani Bailey, again, run the ball. 164 yards on 14 carries. 164 on 14 carries. That is ridiculous.
11.7 average. I mean, he had a long of 74 yards.
Hand him the ball. It's a first down. Now give him the ball 6 times in a row. It's a touchdown. Because you're starting from what, the 25 to 30 if you get a decent return. We just need 70 more yards. Our quarterback's only good for those bullets, those mid-range bullets. Let's run the ball. And then when we get to the end zone, like, you know, one thing about it was TCU lost this game themselves. Colorado didn't really win it. They went and won it at the end in the fourth quarter. They bowled up, made a stop, and they actually kept going and getting their points like they needed to match these scores. But they didn't win it because TCU went 2 drives to the end zone where they could have just, you know, blew the game wide open and put these guys on their backs and, you know, took their confidence, deflated their tire. But they went 2 end zone drives with turnovers in the end zone. That's bad. So,
Terrible, Kenny. Just terrible.
you got anything to say about TCU, man? I don't want to keep on leathering on, man, and making it sound bad because then that's taken away from what those kids did at Colorado and what Deion did. But, I mean, 180 yards in the second half. Running. 180 rushing yards. 180 plus. I took this stat down like in the beginning of the fourth quarter. 180 plus. And you went away from the run.
The game was up in the air with 3:21 left. Corey Mann missed the tackle on a swing out pass, and TCU got the first down.
Mm-hmm.
The very next play, TCU tries to pass the ball instead of running on first down.
Exactly.
The quarterback is out of rhythm and has 2 interceptions in the hole on 2nd and 10 after a play that could have changed the momentum in their favor. That was a terrible call.
Terrible.
From the TCU coaching staff, and I feel like right around there. So the Corey Mann play from Colorado, he missed the tackle around 3:21. So around 3 minutes left, that call right there changed the game, and that's when I knew Prime was gonna upset number 17 TCU in the DFW. But I gotta clarify, because I'm tapped in down there. It's the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. DFW.
Yeah.
It's to the next DFW. Love.
Love. But yeah, man, it was just a bad day for TCU, man. It was a bad showing. Even if they would have won that game, it would have been a bad showing because, like I said, you know, even if Colorado would have lost that game very closely, we would have came away from it with skill positions, check. Receivers, check. DBs, check. Safeties, check. Quarterback, check. O-line, not it. But we can work on that. That's one thing we can work on. Because in the off season, you don't really have pads the whole entire off season, so we don't really get to work on blocking during the off season. That's an in season groove. D-line.
Chocolate Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
TCU should have never been 20-point favorites.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they were coming off of such a good year. They rested on their laurels and their reputation. And you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and get my other one in right now, man. Live on the stream. So me and Big Homie had a bet, man. Every touchdown Deion had, I got to take a shot. So I took 3 earlier. We ain't gonna put no brand in there. They don't pay us yet, but y'all can see. But I took 3 earlier, so I got 3 more to go, man. I don't know if all 3 gonna be on the stream, but they're gonna happen over the course of, you know, this next little minute. And if this Alabama game goes how I want, we're gonna be done with this thing by like halftime. But back to Deion, man, in Colorado and the accomplishments. This is my bottle. I ain't got to air drink nothing. Get your own shit. Don't worry about mine. Ah! That been crazy. Y'all know I be on that Kiki, that tequila. I don't fuck with nothing else for real. I fuck with a little hen, a little Maker's Mark. You know what I'm saying? That's what my OGs drank. My old heads, that Jack, that hen, that Maker's Mark. But you know, I fuck with that Kiki. Do you love me? Are you riding? You know what I'm saying? That tequila. You know what I'm saying? How you fucked up. But anyway, back to it. Hey man, I'm just letting you know, tequila done got me paid before, player. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, I ain't gonna say which brand, but they done got me paid. Nah, you got me fucked up. They ain't paying me currently. That's why I ain't shout out the line that I'm drinking, the brand right now that I'm drinking. I ain't shout them out because they not paying me currently. But, oh, this shit pays to play, baby. But, you know what I'm saying, man? One thing I say, man, I criminally underestimated the Colorado Buffaloes. Criminally underestimated them. Their D-line didn't do no work. The O-line didn't do no work. I had that right, but everything else I was wrong about. I can see one more recruiting cycle coming through there and him getting some of these guys out, like, I mean, not anybody who was playing today, but I mean just your depth and your, you know, the rest of your roster. Oh yeah, I could see this shit going crazy for Deion. Especially when, like, oh my gosh. It's going to be a couple guys. See, a key thing, and I'm not going to go too deep into this. You guys know how I like to ramble, but a key thing is TCU got 3 transfers from Alabama. That's just the Alabama transfers. Let's not think about who they got from like a Wisconsin or from a Michigan or who they got from a USC or from the Pac-12, a Colorado. Those guys leaving. Like, they can get guys over there at TCU. Like, if they offer a scholarship, somebody's gonna come. Like, that's crazy that they just came out there and made that statement. So I can see this whole, hey, even if Deion don't do nothing at the end of the year, he could sit on these next 3 or 4 games when he's on somebody's couch in somebody's living room talking to their mama like, baby, look what we building over here. God got us. And you know how Deion gonna kick it too. He definitely gonna throw God in that motherfucker, so you can't say no. He gonna drop that one on you, so you gotta agree at least with that. But, man, I'm just blowed, man. I don't even want to keep, like, y'all getting distracted by this Alabama game. Hold on, we're going to see what the offense working with, because like I said, we got to keep it a buck. Because they got Texas next week. Ooh, Snaggy McGee. I'm glad we seen that play. But we're going to go to this, man. Prime shocker. Shocked the world, man. Colorado upsets number 17 TCU. 45-42 shootout. Deion Sanders' debut as the Buffaloes head coach. Crazy. It was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. It was good. But, once again, it was just a good game. They hung in there, man. And that's all it takes is be in there to the last minute and bow up at the end. That's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? They definitely rested on last year's success. And I'm also going to fault the media. I got to fault us. Well, not us because you were right. But I'm going to say me as in the media and the side that I was on, the 96% side. And I got to fault us because we definitely gave TCU too much respect. We put too much respect on their name.
I don't even know that is that. I think a lot of people just don't want to put respect on Prime's name.
Well, no, because if they would have started the season with Nebraska, I would have said they beat Nebraska. Now, TCU and Nebraska are virtually the same fucking team. It's just the fact that TCU just came off of that campaign. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be honest. I didn't research this, so I'm going out on a limb. If I'm wrong or otherwise, comment down below. But does TCU have the three caliber players and ranked players as Colorado?
So you want me to wait? And first off, let's say what are the caliber? Because I know two of them maybe are 5-star guys, but the running back is not. Are we saying he's one of those caliber guys?
Let's just say he's a low 4-star recruit.
Okay, so we gotta see if TCU has.
Low 4-star recruit and 2 5s.
Let me just see TCU's recruiting class. And it's probably not going to be the whole class. The whole entire roster. But we're just going to look at their most recent class because Deion's working with the most recent class. Right? Okay. 2023. No, let's go 2022. Is this it? Yep, there it is. Commits 247sports.com. Let's see. Well, I don't see any 5 stars. Not one. But they do have. They have 5 4-stars. One of them is Major Everhart, the guy who almost took back that kick return. Let's see. Transfers. Hold on. I'm checking transfers. Let's see if they got a 5-star transfer. Nope.
I made that point to say that Colorado should have never been at 4%. ESPN blew that.
No, facts. And that's why I had to get on the media's head in giving TCU too much credit. That's what I mean. Not taking the credit away from Deion, which I see what you're saying on that side of the point of view. Is like, it wasn't like they was giving TCU too much. It's just like they weren't giving Deion any. So I'll see you that. I'll give you a touche. You know what I'm saying? Touche on that. You are correct. But that's not what 96% is about. 90, just giving somebody no chance and no credit, that's still an 85 to 15%. You know what I mean? Type of spread. 15 or 10%. They had those guys 4% chance. That is actually inflated because of the championship, what they just did, and the fact that they got 3 Alabama transfers. If I look up their transfers right now, it's going to be crazy. Let's see 2023, because that was 2022. 2023, they got a couple kids from Alabama. They got some 5 stars as well, probably. No, they didn't actually. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 4-stars. They went up on that. Oh, wow, look at these transfers. Oh, yeah, they got 2 5-star transfer, 3 5-star transfers. No, wait, that's just 2. The Alabama tackle and the Alabama running back. And then they got an Alabama receiver, but he didn't play today. But yeah, man, these guys got a lot of SEC transfers. These guys got a Jackson State transfer as well. These guys got some good stars, man. Some good 4 stars, a couple good 5 stars. That's pretty crazy.
It's your boy Big Homie back. I'm coming live from the Real Life Sports Nation. And I just finished tapping in with my boy Chocolate Jesus TV. As usual, man, it's been an honor. I feel like I got the best of you today, big dog.
Hey, man. You definitely saw in the future, man. I ain't gonna lie. You rolled with Coach Prime. You believed. You was on his side. I'm gonna think about it next time before I bet against him again. But they got Nebraska coming up. I don't know if that's gonna be much of a challenge now that we see what they're working with. But we also don't know what Nebraska's talking about. So let's actually. Let me see what Nebraska's got popping. That game already finished. Okay, no. I don't think they played. But if they did play, they probably played a bum. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. All scores. My shit is bullshitting, bro. I gotta delete some stuff. My computer ain't never acted like this. That's crazy. Okay.
I want to thank my boy Chocolate Jesus TV for tapping in with the nation.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming live from the Real Life Sports Nation. And until next time, don't forget to tap into the nation.
Yes, sir, man. It's your boy Chocolate Jesus, man. Live on Chocolate Jesus TV, man. Coming straight to you, you feel me, with the have-nots. Motherfuckers used to be have-nots. Now we having nots. You know what time it is, man. I just want to thank Big Homie Pack for coming through. We're going to get back to this game day watch party shit, man. Appreciate you, dog. Always, you know what I'm saying, good intel, good input. It's up. And shit, next time, man, I might listen to you. I'm gonna take another shot on stream for you, dog. I got 2 more I gotta take.
I'm gonna tap into the stream. Fam.
Say less.
Alright, we out.
Peace.
Real Life Sports Nation, baby.
Love. Alright, y'all. So we're gonna unmute this. We're gonna go to this.
We do have a flag and a play on the far side.
What an absolute strike. Great ball location, great body control there by Metcalf.
Oh, I don't know. You gonna watch that? Yeah, we're gonna watch that, man.
Well, that was the center. How does the center get that far downfield?
Oh, you got RPO there, and so a little bit of a pop pass concept, but the quarterback's going to run out, but they're blocking run on that.
Gotta
play,
watch
so
Alabama
I would
play.
imagine Jordan quarterback's got to get that
I
thing
don't
out
know what we're
flat.
looking like, man. We gotta have all 3 quarterbacks coming in at some point.
Not beneficial when your old lineman's downfield trying to block a linebacker.
Listen, Kelly is from Ball County High School, Kentucky. He's not used to moving around a ton. He was on the bass fishing team in high school in addition to playing football. First and 15. This is Jeremy Tate Jr.
Okay, Oklahoma.
And Tom, you mentioned Wilson Kelly being on that bass fish, and I talked to Mitch Stewart, the offensive coordinator, about him. He said, man, he's one of the good old boys in our locker room. Last year he had to fill in due to injuries, started 4 games.
Okay.
We were 4-0 those games.
running that score. Georgia, UT Martin, 17-0 is halftime right now. That's pretty low for what I expect out of Georgia. I ain't gonna lie. That is pretty low. But 17-0 can easily turn into 35-0. And you just keep the same pace. You ain't gotta do nothing different. Like 33, that still looks good. I ain't gonna lie. Like Michigan just did to East Carolina, 30-3. Game over. It's a wrappy. Yeah, let's keep watching this game, man. There's not really nothing on for real that I want to see, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys need to see this because it's not going to tell us anything about Alabama. Especially because Alabama starts slow. First game usually never go over 35, 42. No matter who it is. We can play a bum. It's going to be 35 or 28. It's 0 or 28-7, 35-7. We always start slow, man. But it's because we're trying to work out all the kinks. We're not trying to do too much. Oh, there you go. Okay, good run, boy.
Quarterback position, really paying attention to his footwork today. At times last year in his development, the footwork and the timing of it didn't match the timing of the concept. Watch the 3 steps here. Really quick with his back two. This is supposed to be a tempo 3 and hitch. He takes a quick 3, so it looks like that route is covered. And by the time his feet are telling him to throw it, he's going, it's not open. If you would have waited that half a second longer, you would have seen the separation start on the outside. So he's got to learn. And he did earlier.
What is he throwing?
To tempo those drops.
Y'all seen that? That's key.
Perfectly, so his feet are telling him when to throw at the right time the concept is coming open.
Roydell Williams is now on a tailback.
Bullshit ass footwork.
On his first try. So still a lot to work at for Jalen Milroe over the course of the offseason and now in the season. And Nick Saban
Damn, I gotta take another
made it
one, man.
abundantly clear that anybody
I'm mad, bro,
just
God.
because he is starting this game does not mean it's his job in perpetuity. The competition will continue. Now second 5. That one is complete, leaving the 3rd and 1. Williams with the catch.
Two tight ends in the game here. Trading Amari Nightblock out for Danny Lewis and Robbie Oots. This is where Alabama's going to go. You know what? We got bigger dudes than you up front.
Who they have? Roydell Williams. And first down, probably Milroe on the keeper. Hayden Proctor, by the way. 3:35 getting started. Left tackle. The boy. And committed to Iowa. He is a big cat.
That might be what they have in the program, Tom, but it's 369 was what I was told at practice the other day.
Ooh. And you know, for us skinny guys, they always put our weight higher than it actually was. For those big boys, the opposite.
A dance by Roydell Williams to get through. Talking with
Look at this
Tommy
finish.
Reese. You like that call? And a flex afterward?
So that's not the one that you want to go one-on-one with.
There's J.C. Latham just outside of the picture that finished this guy off a good 20 yards away from where the play ended.
On the left side of scrimmage, by the way, he plays right tackle.
He's set all sorts of records in the weight room. 2nd and 6 now for Milroe and company. Pressure coming. And he gets rid of it to one of those many tight ends. CJ Dupree, transfer from Maryland. Talking with Tommy Reese yesterday about Milroe. He said he spent the summer trying to understand more pre-snap, not just the play, but the intent of the play. Here's the base concept. When we call this, here's where we attack and why. Conceptually getting on the same page.
You know why? Because the misconception about quarterbacks is you make reads by watching receivers. No, you make your reads by watching the defenders. So if you know why the play is called, who you're trying to affect, you can get your eyes on the right guy. And then you start to manipulate the defense. Then you're really playing the quarterback position.
Roydell Williams in the first half. Had a chance to watch Jalen in practice Thursday. Watched him in practice. We were here a couple of times last year. If there's one concern, is the accuracy on his short and intermediate passes. Tommy Reese said something we continue to work on. But is that processing as an athlete, or is that knowing the offense or both?
I think that's just his feet. Being consistent
Mechanics
with
of it.
where his feet are. When they're in rhythm, platform like that. Get over lines. He was ready, strong base to throw the football, accurate throw. Right? When his feet are a little off platform or too quick and he's out of rhythm, watch this.
That's the run play. That's good too. That's good. Solid mechanics. 2nd and 1 now after that completion to Jermaine Burton. They reach for a cut and a little shake by Kobe Prentice.
Here's the strong arm. He's such a good athlete and it's such a strong arm. His feet don't always need to be in line. And you can get bad habits as a quarterback. So just understanding the more consistent you are with your feet, the more consistent you'll be with all those intermediate and underneath throws.
Start for Milroe, 6 for 6, 47 yards, second possession tonight for Alabama.
You know what's up, man? Yeah.
Isaiah Bond in the slot here.
Watching that thing, man.
He was taking a huge step this fall camp.
That's it.
Level on the handoff. That's a pickup of 6 to the 2nd and goal.
Again, that may be an area where Alabama teams have passed. Take that little RPO, right? They're going to slot down some space, but this team is just built different. You're going to see the red zone. They're going to get the red zone, and they are going to just start bullying people down by the goal line.
Joyless murder ball on both sides of the ball for this Alabama iteration. 2nd goal now. The fellas trying to clear some space, and McClellan can only crawl forward for a yard.
We have seen legitimate movement on about 4 consecutive run plays from this Alabama offensive line. Just defensive players going backwards, cleats in the ground, just ripping up dirt and grass being pushed off that line of scrimmage. Impressive. They've lived up to the hype so far.
It is a loaded front 5, and if you're wondering just how big this offensive line is, and there's an injured player in the middle, just compare them to the guys who play on Sundays. Average NFL offensive line last year, 6'5", 315. Alabama's tonight, 6'5", 330. Now, okay, with Alabama specifics. How about the heaviest O-line last year? That belonged to the Patriots. Nearly 333 pounds of average. Bama's bigger than that, Cole, and that's a bunch of movers up front.
It's a big offensive line, Tom, but there's one aspect of it, and I've been teasing this on Matt and Q for about 2 weeks now. Never in my life have I seen 3 starting offensive linemen in one group that all weighed over 350 pounds. I texted every offensive line coach that I know. I texted my offensive line group, everybody I was affiliated with the Joe Warhorn, everybody that played the position, and a couple people gave me a couple teams, Minnesota 2018, or Arkansas 2013, Wisconsin 2007. I went back and looked at all of them, and I couldn't find a group with 2 that were over 350. This group has 3 starters over 350 pounds.
My biggest question after that presentation is, everyone's on the bench for a regular company.
A lot of times, yeah.
On an Arby's NIL deal because they have the meat.
Listen, he's not out there eating Rodney Scott, but out to lunch,
This
yeah,
shit
that's how
might
he
be
was.
old.
3rd and goal, backs to the outside.
What the hell?
Stretches in.
Where this nigga just come from?
Alabama with another 3rd down conversion
Which?
on their 2nd possession of the night.
No, we ain't doing that. Boy, where this nigga just come from, boy?
Next. Stretches in.
With the struggle.
Because they have the
Okay, he right here.
Listen, he's not out there eating
We all
Rodney
gotta
Scott,
watch this
but out to
together.
lunch, yeah, that's how he was.
Bam! Okay.
Backs to the outside.
So wait, none of them niggas wrapped up? They just like, let me see this? We finna stop that. Hold
He's not
up.
out there eating Rodney Scott,
What
but
the
out to lunch,
fuck?
yeah, that's how he was.
Bam! 1, 2, 3. None of them niggas is trying to grab him? What are they doing? Look. Ain't nobody got their hands wrapped around this dude. He is grabbing him. He grabbing him. What the fuck do y'all got going on? Wow.
And goal, backs to the outside, and McClellan splashes in. Alabama with it.
That's a crazy one.
And that's good.
I ain't gonna lie, do I need to goddamn. Let me me speed this shit up while we reacting to it, cause boy, they probably done went up top on these
His coach
guys.
came to him 2 years.
Let's see. Okay, Middle Tennessee. What y'all on? They from Knoxville or Chattanooga.
Young,
No, they from like
experienced at one or two spots. In
it's
the
a spot
secondary,
right
so
next to Nashville,
we'd see
man. I'll
more
be
of
out
that, so
there.
we see more
It's
of them
called,
forcing the communication on the back end.
Then they get the chain right. It's
Milledgeville.
2nd and 1.
Murfreesboro. It's some weird shit.
There's new names on the Alabama defense,
Murfreesboro.
especially
I'll be out there, yeah.
linebacker spot.
That's why I know Middle Tennessee. I hope this the right one. I hope that ain't the other Middle Tennessee or some shit.
I think they just got it.
Well, I'm tripping.
Chains are moving.
Okay.
Here comes that tempo.
They got the first? Nope. They own the first. Yeah. Come on, man. We finna catch up. We're gonna catch up. Sad.
This off.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I knew that was happening. My spidey senses was tingling. Okay, let's get past the commercial. Let's get live, man. Oh, wait. I can't show the commercials. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna talk about this. Texas didn't have quite a good showing today versus Rice. Alabama looks like they're unsure of what's going on today versus Middle Tennessee. I don't know who's better between Middle Tennessee and Rice. There's really no way to tell unless we just look at their conferences. And I'm going to say draw. They're both equally regular as fuck. And next week we should find something out about both of these teams. But one thing about two teams that you don't know about is you can still leave the game and not know anything about them. Because you don't know if you saw was the team that you thinking did it, or it's the team that you don't think did anything, it's their fault that they did so well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to know something about one team to then get an answer. It's just like having two variables. If I got an X and an X equals blah blah, it's hard for me to figure out what's this and what's that without something having a value, so I know what the other one is to then confirm this one and, you know what I'm saying, move around the equation and yada 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 wooty wham. This shit got me stressing because we're probably gonna see all three of these quarterbacks. We definitely are gonna see all three of these quarterbacks. Game is back on.
Tuscaloosa right after this.
We're probably gonna see all three of these quarterbacks. Because Jalen Milroe has not shown us anything. And I don't know if he's going to. And like I said, we can't wait until the third or fourth quarter for him to show us something, because at that point, next week, if he has trouble or he's facing some adversity, we are not going to know what the next guy can do. Unless we give him some real game burn, some real action today, it's no way to know what that guy's capable of. Like, practice is one thing, but some guys are gamers. Like, when you throw them in a game, they go crazy. Some guys are gamers like that. Some guys you can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just expect them to be the same way they are in practice, because practice isn't a real game situation. And that's why you try to make practice as real as you can, just like a game. But, really, like I said, man, if Alabama came out and put down a 60 or 70 point showing, then we would know something about Alabama. And depending on what happened next week versus Texas, we would know something about, oh, Alabama did that to a small team, a smaller squad, you know, a charity squad. But they couldn't do that against Texas. They only scored 3 or 4 times, and it was a close game. And this is more what they're like. They're not the aberration that was last week. But right now, we don't know anything about these guys. So next week, they can go out there and put up 80 on Texas, and we can still say, like, well, Texas is just bad. They didn't do good last week versus Rice, and then they played Alabama. Alabama's not anything special, even though they scored 172. Texas is just bad. Or, like I said, we could not know anything about both of these teams, and Alabama come out there and put out a dud, and we still don't know anything about Texas. Texas goes against Wisconsin or Nebraska or Texas Tech and get their head busted wide open because Alabama wasn't shit and we just didn't know it. So it's really gonna be tough, man. I don't know. It could be a close game next week. It could be a 1-point or a field goal game, back and forth down the wire. It could be 78 to 80. It could be 72 to 71. It could be 39 to 42. And we still don't know anything about either one of these teams because whoever wins, it might have just been like, oh, well, the other team did their thing, but they're not it this year. So it's a tricky little situation, man. Somebody gonna have to put something down today. Game's back. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and focus, man.
Head coach Rick Stockstill. Coach Stockstill, you brought your group in here to run your offense, not holding anything back. Why was it important for you to run what you run, do what you do, instead of just coming in here being vanilla against Alabama?
Well, one, we came in here to try to win the game. We're going to do, what we do. And felt like that gave us the best chance to win by doing what we do, not being something that is not characteristic of us. We had a nice little thing going there. We just stopping ourselves on all 3 drives that we've had here in the first quarter. We've had a penalty, an offensive penalty that's slowed us down a little bit. So we got to just play a little bit more poised and a little bit more under control, get this thing rolling.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Back ball, that's the first time in school history in the middle. You saw the homage.
Okay, Coach.
Silhouette of the hat on his
Yeah, I
side.
hit this shit on camera.
Florida State Stockstill was team captain for Coach Bowden in 1981.
Damn, we ain't on the phone.
3rd and short. A little bit of pressure in the backfield, but a sneak through for the first down for Jason McClellan. Let's go back to what Coach Stockstill was saying to Cole. This is an up-tempo offense that takes some time to take chances defensively. And he told us this week, I think we're sending the right message to our players. If we come out here and try to run the clock or be vanilla defensively and get outside of who we are and our identity. And how many of these games have we done where offense has played a group of 5 team and they come and do something that's not them? They get pressure in the corner. It's a sack for Jonathan Butler. And that's what Middle does when they're at their best. It's a loss of 10. Butler just shoots the gap right here. You're going to see J.C. Latham has his eyes outside. Not sure if Darian Dalcourt, no. Slide was going to the left, and that's why Jalen Milroe, if he can identify that, he's got to slide it the opposite direction. We used to call that Ricky and Lucy. So maybe a Lucy call was on, 4-man slide to the left. He's got to come up Ricky, that linebacker's
drop back, pass to the left side.
But if you miss, the linebacker says Lucy at home. Benson with the catch. And first for the junior college transfer, we have not seen Ja'Cory Brooks in the game in his first half for Alabama.
I don't know.
So we'll see him in the second half.
I don't know any of these new receivers.
Benson here tonight. And he could be an important piece to this puzzle. I think last year they really lacked that true vertical threat. Now Isaiah Bond's a guy that can fly, and he's going to fill that role. But Malik Benson, he's big, he's fast, #1 JUCO receiver out of high school. He's the target right here. Incomplete. I would go back to
Jalen Milroe.
You never seen I Love Lucy? What are you talking about? I've seen every single episode of
that baseball throw.
Every day in the summer. My mom was a big fan, so we'd watch it every single day. I was kind of hoping you'd roll in with like a pencil thin mustache. 4th and 15, and Alabama pulled it away for the first time. It's the first miss from Jalen Milroe tonight. James Barnup will punt it away, and Teldrick Ross, senior out of Macon, Georgia, back to receive. All right. Hang time on this one.
Next commercial, man. We got some shit to talk about. I ain't gonna lie.
And Middle Tennessee will get another chance at it here at Bryant.
Okay, roll tide, my boy.
53
They out there at the strip, on the strip, right across from Buffalo Fields. Yeah.
We're not going to get to where we need to get to.
That's where I went to school, man. I went to UA.
Start defending together. We have to
Definitely got kicked out that motherfucker. But don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Worry about nothing. Okay, hold up, my bad. Commercial break. Man, we gotta goddamn talk about some shit, bro. That's scary. I'm scared. Not the fact, not like Jalen Milroe is bad or anything, but based on that pass and what we know from Jalen Milroe, neither one of these other quarterbacks could win that job. That's fucking scary. Those guys must not be any good. Or one of those guys is just stupid, he behind on the playbook. The other guy's just not really good. But they're lacking something. Both of them, individually, got some bullshit going on somewhere to where they could not win that job from Jalen Milroe. And I'm not poo-pooing on Jalen Milroe. I'm just saying he's not a proficient enough ball player at both elements of quarterback to keep a job. Like I said, he's a great runner, but I ain't seen him run good enough to keep that job. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's gonna run good enough to be a running quarterback, you gotta pass aight. I ain't even seen him pass aight. That's what I mean by he's not that good of a runner to not be able to pass like he can't pass. And I mean, it's just, that shit eats up a locker room, honestly, when your receivers know I have a low percentage chance. Like, we already have a low percentage chance of getting the ball, but I have a low percentage chance of it being a decent ball. See, look.
The geographic and population center of the state of Tennessee.
I be on it. Look at this. Let me get y'all back.
In school history.
Let me get y'all back.
The first time.
Look at this. Don't call it.
Sits at the geographic and population center.
What I have
Tennessee,
said.
34 miles from Nashville.
Murfreesboro. I be out there.
Of the state of Tennessee.
But that's cap. They don't need to put the cap number on that because it's like a city that's damn near connected to Nashville. They're like 15, 20 miles apart. They need to stop that cap ass shit. They got way bigger numbers. They ain't no little country podunk ass town. In the words of goddamn Mike Bassett, 105.3 The Fan, podunk ass shit.
For the junior from Pensacola.
Surprising, he was at bell cow all of last year, second team All-Conference USA. So, first game, you never know. Sometimes guys get a little banged up in fall camp. And
they'll go empty here with 5 wide. And they're showing pressure. Mariano's got a scramble. Chased by Marshall, and it's deep and complete. Fred let it fly, trying to get it to Kellen Stewart. Off the P transfer.
that was one thing, really the first time I think we've seen this Middle Tennessee offense go true empty set. Something that Mariano specifically his ops coordinator Mitch Stewart for, and as a quarterback, you can see everything much better. So even though Alabama was bringing pressure, it's much harder to hide that in empty. But again, you also got to block those.
I cough off of a pen way harder than I be coughing off the blunt. And my shit be gas. I don't know what that pen be doing, bro, but that shit be having me coughing, bro.
Play clock at 3. 5-man rush, and it's a quarterback.
He's gone.
And he'll take it all the way into Bama territory with a scramble of 30 yards. I love this. So the motion tells the offense. The losses in blitz. So Greg Cable now to run quarterback draw the
opposite way. It's a great job of using motion to give you.
That defense has been hurting ever since Kirby Smart went to Georgia. I love Kirby Smart. Oh, that's not a catch, is it? Did he get it back?
21 when he was a first-year starter, but sitting all last year, that's when you really start to take hold of the playbook. You got to sit back, watch, learn everything he could, and now he does have much more control than a normal air raid offense will allow a quarterback to have in the last scrimmage.
And a huge opportunity for Middle here early in the second quarter, down 2 touchdowns. And Saxon said, we're going to run our set and be who we are. Vadiano.
Okay, we there.
Comes back intermediate, and good footwork by Jeremy Tate. They'll set up 3rd and 2. What do you like here after what we've seen so far from Middle on 3rd and short? Well, I might go
That's some big boys.
They're going to start with a running
That's
back.
Tennessee. They got big boys.
Let's see if they use motion to get an idea of what Alabama's going to do, and then maybe check out a bit like they did 2 plays ago.
And one thing about Tennessee schools, take out them niggas from Memphis who's raw as fuck. They just dumb as a brick too. Not all them niggas dumb. I'm talking about niggas who was not worried about no studying. Them niggas was not worried about none of that. Them boys ain't go to University of Tennessee.
This is just stealing.
Them boys ain't go to, you know what I'm saying, Georgia and Kentucky. Them niggas went right down the street to Middle Tennessee. Them boys went to Memphis Tigers. Them boys went to.
This is going to be roughing the passer. It's like H8TR.
Personal foul. Roughing passer. Defense number 91.
Undisciplined. We're gonna have to see it. I ain't just gonna say undisciplined, but let's see.
First flag against Memphis.
H8TR here winning on the inside.
Move.
Get his hand up to try to block that ball. That's a big man. That arm weighs a lot. When it's coming down, he's not trying to bring force, but it's got a lot of force behind it.
It's not undisciplined. I don't know. It's a ticky-tack call. We're gonna let him ride on that.
The Raiders threatening. Into the end zone.
Got him.
Incomplete. Trying to find Tate.
That's a big nigga. That's a refrigerator. The hell is that?
So the Middle offense last year was 35th in the country.
Feel like a garage door.
113th on the ground game. It's the first year for Mitch Stewart as the offensive coordinator for Rick Stockstill.
The hell is that?
Now 2nd and goal from the 9. We'll go flat line on the set. Vadiano taken down.
Okay.
The sack for Alabama.
Okay. What are we doing out there?
And they let play continue to where that ball was finally covered up at the 14-yard line. And Alabama's the only one who thought it was wide open.
No, we got it going on. They're showing right now. Levine.
Shayshawn Boye just doesn't.
Shabibi.
Rasswell's able to run the corner there. Now 3rd and goal here for Middle Tennessee.
Looks like Middle's running with a backup left tackle, Devin Hayes.
Okay, what we got going?
Down, goal now.
Wash him.
Vadiano
Got him.
and all he can do is throw it away.
Yes, sir. Washed him up.
It was Deontay Lawson who told us in our meetings yesterday there's a new sense of excitement.
God. They done fucked up the game, man.
It's one of those that was, I think, really tough to decipher.
We ain't doing that, man. Now we're gonna watch a new game because that one's pretty much over with. Honestly, we ain't going back to it. We're gonna see what else they got going. Then I think that's it. Oh yeah, game of the week. This is supposedly game of the week. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, FBS football is 2 months old.
McBee.
Will join him at 72 on Halloween. That's got to be frustrating. You just had a big third down conversion. Remember, a moment ago, the official said the clock on the field is not working. Now it's back operable. And Drake May, I think, just lost track of it. First and 20. Quick swing pass. Paysor gets back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, nah, I ain't trying to see this. Like I said, man, that's really all that's worth watching, man. We're gonna wrap this one up. Till next time, man.